guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And for those of you who are new here, please do click on the subscribe button and give this video a huge thumbs up. I would really like that and appreciate it. So in today's video, I've decided to do a little story time regarding the last hike that I took. It was on the 2nd of October this month, and wow. Hey, that hike deserves a story time. So in the story time, I'll be telling you all the details of everything that went down. Like, oh yeah. So I've already uploaded my hiking vlog, and I will link it up for you to watch it. Please do go watch it so that you know what I'm talking about, because wow. Eh, I got like a spoke. You that hiking, it was hard. Like it was, I don't know how I survived it, honestly speaking, because wow, it was really, really, really difficult. I feel like that was the most difficult hike I've ever done as of yet. That was difficult. So yeah, let me just give you guys the backstory, but please do go watch that video, and so that you get like full understanding of what I'm talking about. Because if you watch this video without watching that hiking vlog, then you wouldn't like get it. So we went to Walbeck Wilderness Nature Reserve. That's where we went. And okay, fine. So usually what happens with our hike, so it's like a group of people like coming together to go for a hiking. So it's fine. So we usually meet at like a meeting point, because it's different people from different places. So sharp, we get to the meeting point, we wait for others, and then everybody arrives, and then we go to like the location of the hiking during that day. So this time around it was at Walbeck. Fine. And so now we like get on the road, and we're going there. So hi man, I could see all hi man, this place is, it seems far. And they were like, no, we're gonna take a shortcut. I don't know if that's the proper way or it was the shortcut, but that didn't feel like a shortcut, because that was the longest drive ever. And it was like driving up on a mountain. So it was just like, where are we going? Where are we going? Okay, fine, sharp. And then yo, going to that place was like, yo, I don't know. It's like we're going to fetch Jesus, but yeah, he was not. Yeah, it was long. Like it was a long trip, and mind you, now we're like driving on top of a mountain, and everything is like down. Like you're literally on top, and then you can see down. And for people who really want to go to that place, I wouldn't recommend driving like your like the small cars, because it's not, honestly speaking, it's not ideal for small cars. At least your SUV and your those cars that are more suitable for mountain trail and stuff, those would be ideal. Like you'd actually enjoy the trip going up there, because for a small car you really have to drive carefully, like at a slow pace, because it's it's rocky. It is a lot. Like you wouldn't drive normally as like you're driving like on a normal road, because now you're going like up on a mountain. So if you can avoid it, please do. But if you can't, and that's the only mode of transportation that you have, do bear in mind that if it's like two to, let's say it's like an hour or two to get there, you'll probably take longer than that, because now you can't drive like normally. You have to, pace yourself around that kind of a road, because wow, that's one kind of a road. Okay, fine. Shabo, and then we get there. Hey, yo, guys, that hike. We get there. No, the place is like cute and whatever. And then, so we had to do the whole, now it's COVID. Everywhere you go, you have to register. They take your temperature. We do the whole like COVID protocols. Okay, fine, sharp. And then as we were busy like doing the whole COVID protocols, filling in those forms and taking temperature and stuff. So the people that works there, they were like, honestly, we advise you guys to get the what you call this, the can I maybe that car, the I never forgot it, man. It has the game drive car, wow, the game drive car. I went, I'm like, oh, okay. So we thought it comes with the like it comes for free. Like if you can't, if you feel like it's too much, then you just request for it, and then they drive you back or they drive you like around and whatnot and whatnot. So like, oh, you're also offering the game reserve car and whatnot. They were like, no, it's 120. 120. So when they said 120, now I thought, well, okay, maybe like you share the 120, like maybe let's say it's a four people, then you guys like spill the 120 into like four. And then they're like, no, no ma'am. Individually, everybody has to cough out 150, 120 per person. And we were just like, 120? No, ma'am, thank you. And they were like, going down, it's fine. Coming back, that's a lot. Like, you really need to be active. You need to have the stamina for it. Like, you just have to be an active person because not everybody can do it. Like, it's really tough. And we're like, no, 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 no. Like, everybody in our group were like, because I think with that hike, we were about, I'd say 35 to 40. We were a group of like 40, if not 35. And everybody was like, no, ma'am, we've been doing this hiking for too long. We know our shit, we know our stuff. Like, we'll sort ourselves out. Like, but I was like, you know what? Like, really, 120 is just a lot. Because, come on. Come on. And also, we were not told prior that there's like a game reserve. Is it a game reserve? What is that car? That one. I keep forgetting it. Game drive. I don't know. There's a car. Let's just say there's a car. I can't, like, I keep forgetting that car. There's a car that like can drive you around. If it's too much, you just request for it. But once you've paid for it, though. So I like, no, thank you for the car. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you, but we'll manage. They're like, okay, fine. And then now the hike starts, and so remember I said when we were like approaching the place, you are literally driving on a mountain, like or on the top of the mountain, and then everything is down there. So with the hike this time around, you have to like go down. You have to go when you're like still fresh, and because that place it has about four waterfalls. Well, three, but basically there are four because the third one it's like two in one situation. So in all there are like four waterfalls. So now, but the waterfalls are like down, down, down there. So you have to like walk down to see the waterfalls, and the waterfalls are just, yeah. So fine, as we start the hiking, now I can say, okay, we are going down. And I'm like, okay, so now we are going down. So meaning when we come back, we have to walk up. And you're not walking up walking up on a mountain. Come on. Sharp. Now we are all full of energy, we're excited, and then like start walking. Now the hike began, and like everybody's jolly, everybody's taking pictures. The views were amazing. Like they were really, really amazing. Okay, fine. Then we walked down, and then we went to the first waterfall. It was amazing. And funny enough, during the first waterfall, so with the first waterfall, you can literally get in the water because the flow of it is so, it won't like sweep you off and like you get to drown and whatnot. Like it's actually safe to get in the water because it goes up to your knees, I think knee level. And yeah, and it's not deep, so you can literally get inside and you take pictures because the waterfall is right behind you. So it was kind of cute. So we get there and we started taking pictures. Then I got in because I love things and I wanted to experience the whole thing. And then I got scratched by a random plant. I don't know, like you see those green stuff by the water. I think it's, yeah, those green things, they scratched me. Yo, did I not start having like an allergic reaction to that plant? I don't even know what plant it is, and I was so stressed. I'm like, yo, I hope it's not something like really really hectic. But luckily I had allergics, so I just took allergics, and after a while, because I was like, I'm not gonna, because it was itchy, so I'm not gonna rub on it, because if I do, it'll make it worse. So I'm like, you know what? I will just have to be strong and not scratch this, because if I do, it's game over for me. It might make this reaction worse. But like, sorry, luckily I had allergics, so I took it, and yeah. Then we went to the second waterfall. It was cute, took pictures, but that one you can't get inside the water because, yeah, the what do you call it? The stream, the flowing, the water there. I don't know the word for it, but it's quite like the current. Thank you. The current, like the flow current of the water is quite hectic. So one mistake, like you can literally be swept off, and it's like rocky there. You won't survive if you don't know how to swim. So it doesn't work. So they don't encourage you to get inside. Even if you knew how to swim or do anything, you wouldn't, because it's so deep, you can't see the end of it. So that's the second waterfall. Then we went to the third one, which is like two in one, because there's one at the bottom, and then when you go up those stones, like the stones, there's one at the top. Fine. And then we took pictures, it was cute, it was all that. Now it was time to go back. Mind you, we were the last people like to leave the last waterfall. Like everybody, most of the people had already like went up, so we were like the last group to like go up. How I sharp we started walking. As we were walking, like, then I started like seeing, I think it was like three or four people, and then there was this other lady, like she was lying down. So me, I thought, well, they were like taking pictures. I'm like, oh, there's a like a photo shoot going on there. Can't you know? Miguel was in so much pain. Like her waist area was so painful that she couldn't stand, she couldn't walk, she couldn't do anything. She was just like, you know what, I need to lie down for a bit because it is too much. And I'm just like, okay, I all right. Then we passed them, and then we started walking up. The more you walk, because now we're like at the bottom, so you have to like go up at the top. Like it's a mountain. Neria guy. Yo, Neria guy. Ka ba ka gopola koloi ele, I was like, if only I knew, I would have paid for that car, because wow. Wow. I started walking up, like it was painful. Like along the way, you meet people, people are taking breaks, people are lying down. Yeah, it was a lot. Like it is hot even, but it was not like super hot. It was just the weather kept on changing. One moment there was like sun, and then the next it was like cloudy. So the weather was bearable for that kind of a hiking, because if it was super hot, yeah, it would have been a mess, because a lot of people would have fainted. No, luckily the weather was on our side, and it was kind of cool. So as we're waking up, like along the way, you'd see that people are suffering. I was also suffering. Let me not lie. Like I was suffering, but I was like, you know what? If I sit down, and if I'm taking breaks, like I need to stretch so that I can have more like energy, because if I sit down, when I have to stand up and then walk again, that would be a whole mission. So I was like, you know what, when I take breaks, I would stretch, and then I would continue with the walk. And then we started walk there. That was the longest walk of my life. Like it was the most painful walk I ever did. I never knew that it would be so painful to walk. Like, yeah, And then like a lot of people were just suffering like I was. Like it was hectic. Like it was really, really, really hectic. I think going back up it was like probably 20 kilometers, and you're like, we're at the bottom of the bottom. Like now you have to go at the top. Yo, yeah, yo, like yo, it was painful. Like it was really painful because it didn't matter whether you are active or you're not. It was just horrible. It was a horrible. Like, and it's so funny because it's like it's a the trail. It's like you're walking around, but like going up. So you're like walking around, going up. So when you are like at a point looking like up there further, you can see someone and you're like, if only I could get to that point, I'll definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because bekunzima, bekunzima. And you know, I remember there was one point where I saw someone who was way, way, way further than I was, and I was like, if only I could jump and have like superpowers to get where they are and not have to walk all the way to get there. It was painful. It was painful, painful, painful. And eventually we got like we reached our destination, like we got to the top, and wow, it was like I was so, you know, when you're tired to a point out and you don't want yourself. Like I was like nyaka kore o no I don't know, like like I still get traumatized when I think of that hike even now. Like that walk, I still get traumatized. Like the way I was so tired, like I wish, like you know when you're, I didn't even feel anything. Like I felt like my muscle was just like, baby girl, what was that? Like what were you doing to us? Like it was, I was super, super, super tired. Like I was like, no, like kicking like if because it was just a lot. And there were a lot of people who were really, really struggling. Like I was struggling, but I was like, on a scale of 10, I was on 5. There were people who were on 10, like they couldn't, like could not. And they had to like arrange a transport for them so that the car can like go and get them. But I finished. I walked all the way up. And yeah, so they had to request the car, and then they went and fetched them. And then now it was like time to relax and, you know, have have chill session and just like kind of converse with other people and have a good time. But yo, the way I was so tired, even eating was just a mission because every muscle in my body was just like, what was that? Like, yo, I was super, super tired. And then fine, the hike was done, and then we left there around I think 6, because it started to rain. And yeah, it was just, yeah, then we left. So that was the wallback part. Overall, the views, those views were beautiful, but I would suggest that you straight up pay that 120 if you don't want to suffer. If you don't want to suffer, please go there with that 120 for the car so that you can walk there, because walking down was no problem. Like literally you can take about 45 minutes to get to the first waterfall, but coming up, yo, I think we took about 2 hours, like literally coming up, because we took breaks in between, we were stretching, we were doing, like it was just hectic. So I would advise that you pay for that car so that they can come and pick you up. You only go down and then you will see the waterfalls, and then coming up they drive you, and you know you are all good. So that was that. And then came back home, slept like a baby. I'm sure if there was anything, I didn't hear anything. And funny enough, it rained on that day. Like it was like raining, there were like thunders, that I didn't hear anything. Like it was literally lights out for me. the following morning, which was Sunday, yo, I I couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't do anything. Walking was like, it felt like I was a new born baby learning how to walk all over again. My body was sore from my, I don't know, from here to my toes, like from top to bottom, everything was painful. Everything was so sore. Like climbing down the stairs, I had to walk sideways because I couldn't. I know. Like everything was so sore. I think it lasted about 2 days. Yeah, for 2 days. 2 days straight. Like my body was just going through it, and it only got better. Yeah, after 2 days. Then on the third day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna soak myself in like a hot water with like salt, and then I took a hot as long bath with salt. And I don't know, I never thought of it like on that same night, but I was super tired on that night. I was even tired to think. I was tired to do anything basically. But yeah, so yeah, that hike. Yay. I know. No. But you know what, in hindsight, we should have known, because now you're walking down when you still have energy, and having to come back up when you're tired, it only makes sense. Like you can't walk up a mountain and not get tired. Like what? Hence they have that car that they drive around and they pick people up from down there, like from the waterfalls, coming back up, because they know that it is hectic. Did we listen? No. We were like, nope, we've been doing this for a long time, we can survive. Hey, yeah, I know. We should have listened. Right there. We should have listened. It was hectic, like super, super, super hectic. But nonetheless, it was fun. I had fun. I enjoyed myself, and the views were spectacular. So, when I think of those views, I'm just like, it was all worth it. It was all worth it. But yeah, I, yeah, it made me wonder, are you really? Are you really that active? Like, baby girl, you need to reevaluate your life. Like, you need to. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my channel. Thank you for tuning back in. And if you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to share this video. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.